What if I told you that Carmen Dell'Orefice, the world's oldest working supermodel at 93, has been hiding secrets that could revolutionize how we think about aging, beauty, and longevity? While everyone focuses on her stunning photographs and record-breaking career, there are untold stories about her survival strategies, her controversial beauty rituals, and the dark moments she overcame that the fashion industry doesn't want you to know about. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the mysteries that have kept Carmen not just alive, but thriving for nearly a century in one of the world's most brutal industries. At 93 years old, Carmen Dell'Orefice still gets modeling calls. Not nostalgia gigs, not legends spreads. Real work, real paychecks. But here's what shocked me. It's not because of some fancy cream or procedure she found. It's not because she's wealthy enough to afford every treatment money can buy. And she's actually lost everything twice. It's because of 5 things she does every single day that most of us stop doing after 40. And the strangest part, when you hear them, you'll realize you already know what to do. You've just stopped believing it matters. Stay with me. By the end of this, you're going to see aging completely differently. Let me tell you who we're talking about here. Carmen was discovered on a bus, actually riding a bus to ballet class, when she was just 13. By 15, she was on the cover of Vogue. We're talking 1946, before your grandchildren's grandparents were even born. That's 76 years in an industry that eats women alive and spits them out by 30. She's buried 3 marriages, lost her entire fortune, twice. Not once. Twice. It started from zero when most people her age were collecting Social Security. And somehow, at 91, she's still the one walking into rooms. Not because she looks 60. She doesn't. She looks like an elegant and 91-year-old woman who refuses to disappear. That's the difference. And that's what we're going to explore today. Let's talk about her skin, because that's the first thing people ask about. Here's the honest part. Yes, Carmen has had work done. Silicone injections over decades. A serious medical dermabrasion treatment almost 50 years ago. She's not hiding that. She's not pretending to be all natural. She's just not obsessed with it anymore. Because here's what actually kept her skin from falling apart. A routine so simple you'll think I'm messing with you. Every single day, moisturize. That's it. She doesn't search for miracle creams, and she uses whatever's at hand. Oil, lotion, whatever works, and sunscreen. Every day. And here's the part that matters. Scientists at Harvard followed 900 people for 4 years. The ones who used sunscreen daily had 24% less skin aging. Not 5%. Not 10%. 24%. And listen to this part. People who started sunscreen in their 40s and 50s still saw the difference. Carmen also does something most women over 70 won't admit they do. She leaves her face alone most days. No makeup unless she's working. Sounds backwards, right? But there's actual science here. Makeup traps oils and sweat, makes skin look dull, makes it look old. So Carmen lets her skin breathe. That's not vanity. That's listening to your skin. Now, Carmen at 5 feet 11 inches is still slim at 91. People assume she's counting calories, weighing food, living on salad. She's eating ice cream, and not a little. She keeps plenty in the freezer. She eats when she's hungry, stops when she's full, And yes, she has ice cream. Her actual secret: she starts every morning with water and lemon, drinks water constantly, loves yogurt, moves her body so it actually wants the food. That's the part everyone misses. She's not restricting. She's earned the right to eat well because she moves. And when I say she loves cooking, I mean she's creative about it. If she doesn't like mushy spinach, she cooks it herself or eats it raw. She's not following some celebrity diet. She's listening to herself. That's the real secret people won't tell you. The diet that works is the one you'll actually do. And Carmen does something she genuinely enjoys. Her exercise routine isn't what you'd expect. Every morning, she wakes up, waters by the bed because she knows her body will need it. Then she stretches, not aggressively, not like some yoga video is yelling at her. Gently, she rolls to feel her hips, bends her knees, listens. She actually says hello to different parts of her body while she stretches. This isn't cute. This is how you age without breaking. Then the kettle goes on. Jazz music, old jazz from the 1940s, goes on the radio, and she gets on her indoor bike until the kettle boils. Maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15. Walking 30 minutes a day, usually with friends, stretching, breathing. That's it. Now, here's where Carmen gets interesting. She's flexible. If something hurts, if her body needs something different that day, she changes it. She doesn't force herself into a routine that's working against her. She listens. Most of us hit 70 and white-knuckle our way through some regime that makes us miserable. Carmen bends the rules based on what her body needs. After 76 years in the most brutal industry in the world, Carmen has figured something out. The mind and body are the same thing. When her body feels better, her brain feels better. When her brain is calm, her body listens. She breathes when she's stressed. Not fancy breathing, not some app-guided meditation. She takes deep breaths, relaxes, and remembers what she actually needs to do. She has hobbies that matter. Sewing. Her mom was a seamstress, and they made clothes together when Carmen was young. Photography. Things that make her feel alive, not just busy. Most people we talk to in their 80s and 90s talk about their medical problems. Carmen talks about what brings her joy. That's not luck. Yeah, that's a choice she's made over and over. This is where people get uncomfortable, so I'm going to say it straight. Carmen believes that intimacy, sex, closeness, all of it, should stay part of your life until you die. Not some weird obsession, just normal. She said something I've never heard an older woman say out loud. Good sex, good life. I wouldn't give that up any more than I'd give up breathing. When asked if she still has intimacy at 91, she didn't hesitate. Of course, why would I give that up? To her, it's like owning a nice car. You have to turn on the motor sometimes to keep it running. If you don't use it, it stops working. But here's the deeper part. Carmen believes most people give up on intimacy because society tells them to. Because we hit a certain age and the world says, that's over now. So we believe it. Carmen doesn't believe that. And she's found something even bigger. Love isn't just romantic love. She's learned to find soulmates in friendships too. Close relationships that matter. That's what keeps her alive. So what's the actual secret? It's not a product. It's not a number on a scale. It's not staying young. It's staying interested. Carmen doesn't retire. When someone asks if she's thinking about slowing down, she says, no, I want to enjoy every day of my life. And work is part of that. She's still getting up, still getting dressed, still going places where she's needed. Most of us think longevity is about denial, giving things up, restricting, saying no. Carmen's proof that it's actually the opposite. It's about saying yes to movement, to relationships, to ice cream, to work that matters, to a life that feels like a life, not a wait for things to end. That's not special treatment. That's not luck. That's what happens when someone refuses to become invisible. If this video meant something to you, hit that like button. Not because I need it, but because you'll remember it more if you do. Subscribe if you want more stories from people who didn't get smaller as they got older. They got bigger. And in the comments, I want to hear from you. What's one thing Carmen does that you've given up on? What would you restart if you believed it actually mattered? Because it does. Thanks for watching. And remember, Carmen didn't stay young. She stayed alive. That's a completely different thing.